Basic appraisal procedures, page 200. One story. One-story residences have one level of living area. The roof structure has a medium slope. The attic space is limited and is not intended for living area. 1 1/2 story. 1 1/2 story residences have two levels of living area, characterized by a steep roof slope and dormers. The area of the upper level, whether finished or unfinished, usually equals 40 to 60% of the lower level. Two-story. Two-story residences have two levels of finished living area. The area of each floor is approximately the same. The roof structure has a medium slope. The attic space is limited and not designed for usable living area. Two and 1/2 story. 2 1/2 story residences have three levels of living area. Having a steep roof slope with dormers, the area of the third floor, whether finished or unfinished, usually equals 40 to 60% of the second floor. Two-story bi-level. Two-story bi-level residences have two levels of living area. Unlike a conventional two-story, the lower level, which may be partially below grade, is partially unfinished. A distinguishing characteristic is its split foyer entry. Split level. Split level residences have three levels of finished living area: lower level, intermediate level, and upper level. The lower level is immediately below the upper level and is a two-story. The intermediate level, adjacent to the other levels, is built on a grade approximately 4 feet higher than the lower level. Page 201. Manufactured, site-built, and factory-built houses. It is especially important for appraisers to recognize the distinction between manufactured, factory-built, and site-built houses, sometimes called stick-built. There are many different mindsets regarding their definitions. Over the years, the industry has referred to manufactured homes as trailers, mobile homes, modular, etc. Just about any type of construction that was not site-built has been labeled manufactured by many. The difference between these structures is not always in the outward appearance, as the technology to build them is refined. The physical characteristics become more difficult to distinguish. Technically, there have always been distinctions to define these various construction types. The problem has been that these definitions were not broadly known throughout the real estate industry. Nor was the issue a major problem due to the small number of these properties being bought, sold, and financed. However, types of construction other than site-built are growing rapidly. Due to many trends, the popularity of non-site-built houses is increasing every year. Therefore, it is important to review the most common types of construction in this category. Site-built houses. Site-built construction probably does not need a lot of discussion. Predominantly, the most common, the building materials are transported to the site with all assembly taking place there. Often considered to be the highest quality, especially with custom-built houses. Site-built houses take longer to build, and the pace of construction is dependent on the elements. The prefabricated and panelized type of construction could arguably be determined site-built, although some would advocate that it is not. Prefabricated and panelized houses go back many decades and were even sold by major mail order companies. After World War II, as soldiers returned from the war and needed housing, the prefabricated house gained popularity. Some were even constructed completely of metal. Prefabricated and panelized homes continued to be built through the decades following the war, as the baby boomer generation required more and more houses. They are still constructed today, but the popularity has diminished somewhat due to more efficient construction methods. Factory-built houses. Rising strongly in popularity, the factory-built house, sometimes called factory engineered, is becoming a major factor in housing throughout the country. What was often referred to as a modular or sectional house, the factory-built house has become harder and harder to distinguish from site-built houses. These houses are, for the most part, fully constructed in a factory in 2 or more sections. The construction materials, like site-built, can range from the most economical to